Hello again, we are back. So last run went pretty well. We got a little win streak there. We just continue on here on this journey. I'm in the process of uploading a couple of videos. Also, we got a nice cane around here. Our seed here is 9ZMZKNK0. So as I was saying, I am uploading those last two videos now, and I've got a pretty reasonable backlog now. It's gonna stretch on to a little past April, which is nice. I think by the time you see this video will come out on April 5th. So that tells you how far I'm at right now. It's nice to have a little backlog. I do about 3 videos a day. I don't try to push too much with 4th video because, as you can see, like from my last videos, started to notice my throat's been kind of scratchy and stuff, which I'm not used to talking this much. Now I'm taking care of my voice and stuff, resting it, drinking in between these videos and things like that. But there's been some days where it's like I'm on the phone about as much as an average video or longer. And so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to kind of speak to whoever on the phone, get some stuff done. I know for Repentance, when that comes out, I'm definitely going to be seeing about checking streaming options for Twitch and also uploading the VODs if I can stream through Twitch without too many issues. Repentance. I'm not sure when Repentance is going to come out, so I might do a night stream. Maybe around 8 p.m. on the 31st or something. So that'll be about Central Time or something. And then, 9 p.m. Eastern and try to remember here. I think 6 p.m. Pacific. And I know there's something in between that is 7 p.m. Time zones get a little fuzzy for me to kind of remember. I know when I went to Arizona, I don't know if they have daylight savings time there or not. I don't know, but like, I remember staying in this village, and because the way it's set up and how close we are to the border, sort of, with, I think another state or another time zone or something crazy, that because of the signal, it would bounce back and forth with cell phone reception. And then because of that, it would show 2 different times going on. So like, there'd be an hour difference too. So it's definitely like something with one tower from one time zone and another time zone, kind of like, changing back and forth. And what was kind of funny too about it was, like, when I sent a text message, which took like an eternity back then to send, because of its low signal strength out there, the phone would send 2 of the same text message, and I would receive 2 of the same text message, but in different times at the same time. It's like I live on 2 planes of time existence. I'm receiving stuff both at the same time, but different eras of time. was watching a video recently too. I thought it was kind of a cool little operation. Sort of, it's more in the lines of a sting operation they're doing with a lot of these phone scammers and stuff from different countries, mostly from India, but I think Nigeria. I mean, a lot of countries do it to an extent, but like they were also doing operations in the U.S., stuff like that. And well, anyways, this video I seen yesterday, it was more of a sting operation, and they had these. They're kind of going into detail about these typical scams that like an average person wouldn't like, you know, take in consideration to like follow through like these scammer like demands. But like there's a small subset of a vulnerable population that fall victim to it. And so like they were going through some interesting stuff with like talking about the different ways that these scammers get the money. So it's not just like with credit cards and stuff like that. They also do it with other means like money orders from a bank to be transferred to another name, or you have like people which was happening to an extent in the video. They would ship it either in the US, which they were showing most of it in the video, or they would ship it they would ship it out of the country, they ship it whatever. Or they ship it to a drop spot. And then they would hire a carrier to, or courier, how you put it, to go pick up this package that has the money in there. And it's like thousands of dollars usually. And so they're going into detail like these couriers are paid really bad for like risking to get like all sorts of like criminal charges. It's like $100 or something to get out of it. And then for the supervisors, there's above these couriers. I guess they're known as mules. They get paid 10% of what is worth in the package, or what's in the package or something. And just this whole mess of things, I guess. And they were able to nab these mules. I think with nabbing these mules, I think they might have got the supervisors too. But like at least with nabbing the mules, you're gonna find the supervisors because they're gonna squeal for a plea deal. Squeal for a plea deal. I like that. I mean, that's what usually happens. In some cases, it's like they want to have the least amount of punishment and stuff as possible. And what was interesting too was like, so like these people, usually overseas, they would get a Airbnb reserve like early in the morning, like super early, like 3 in the morning. But on their time, it's like 7 or like 2 p.m. like in the afternoon. And they set up these Airbnbs so they can be like kind of a drop point to get the packages. So they reserve it for a certain amount of time, long enough to where the packages will be dropped off there from like a delivery company, and it's like full of money and stuff. And then they have a mule that just kind of stands around there and cases the place until the packages are delivered. And so she scoop them up and takes off with them, and rinse and repeat. And these Airbnb hosts, they have no clue that this goes on, and nobody's living there. They just reserve it till as a drop-off point. Usually, like, the host, they don't think too much when it comes to, like, you know, this is a new account. At least they're paying me. They are paying them to have a drop-off point, but they don't know of the drop-off point. These hosts. I don't know how you really circumvent that. Like, maybe you have to make sure somehow, like, actually see them arrive to make sure they're actually staying there and not being like some kind of a weird, you know, criminal ring. I don't know, but I think verifying them is a good start, like having a verifiable account. But in a lot of these cases, people are not really requiring that, and so that kind of like make things a little complicated, to say the least. But trying to like solve the problem. We'll take this. Why? Because I haven't had this in a while, and we got limited bombs now. Now we need some brimstone. And I guess these creators, I know these creators, but these people who are helping with the Steam operation, they're doing a lot of like undercover stuff, and they're working with all sorts of different like government agencies and Homeland Security, which is kind of a cool deal, really. You know, you're entertaining folks, and you're also helping like those who are like victims of this kind of like hostile network of spammers or scammers. I mean they're also kind of spammers too, because they're spamming your emails all the time and calling you. But they're going out of their way to like having like a team of like YouTubers who are doing like all these different things with like figuring out where they live, where their call center's at, all sorts of stuff. And they're going to be doing much more of a bigger operation, they said, in the future for putting a stop to a lot of those issues. I don't know what the heck you are. See, like some of these characters from the Buy in the Box, I don't know who they are. Some of the time, or most of the time. I mean, the creators who create them is either doing it because they know like all of them pretty much, or they're like some of them are just custom made. But it's kind of a cool little thing. But yeah, going back with that, I mean, I've seen like the scammers getting the computers being destroyed and the webcams being like hacked into, and it's a nice thing. Gotta combat that. And I think they said something that's like a $20 billion industry. Which is like crazy. Okay, so his tears are magnetic. I was trying to figure out what was causing the magnetic tears. This fly. Buzz off, fly. We might get another guppy item possibly. Or give me some brimstone. These magnetic tears. Okay, there we go. Look at that. So we're 2/3 way. That's cool. Alright, next floor. We're going pretty quickly here. Kinda. I mean, not quick enough for boss rush. I've been kind of exploring, looking for these rooms here. I mean, I deal with my fair share of robocalls, but they've been decreasing for the most part, because I've got a service on my phone that cuts a lot of that noise out. I've only had like one spam call And that was like yesterday. That was like my first one since like maybe a week or two. But like the other one though that I received, I can mark it in the system to where it's spam, then report it to their server to say that this is a spam number, and then they just put it to the system. And it's a community effort too to like flag it, and then it all gets bunched up into a system to where like they'll check to see if it's like spam or not, and then once they approve of it, then it's listed, and it's been working very well. Like most of them I get is the car warranty stuff, and you've probably seen a lot of the memes of the car warranty spam call stuff because it's so numerous, it's so invasive. Of course, I get a lot of spam emails. I mean, that's the thing. It's just it's the way it is. The trick with that is like that helps a little bit is trying to find your information online and remove it off of there publicly. Especially sites who sell your data without your permission. How does this work? Okay. Works that way. Cool. I wonder if that works for Brimstone. Probably not. But then again, if we had it for Brimstone, it would take forever to like charge that thing too. Okay, that's nice. So no more curses. Nice gulp, cool. So we can go back. Oh wait, that's another floor. And we don't even need the bombs anyways, unless we re-roll. But I think we're good. Mega Fatty, huh? Champion Mega Fatty. Well, he do be a big boy. Big old strong boy. Big old thick boy. I've only fell through fell for one scam one time. It was like RuneScape. Like I got a email scam. And I don't know. I mean, it was a new account, so I wasn't worried too much about it. Didn't really have like anything personal on there, but I found it just kind of hilarious. I just fell for it. They get more and more sophisticated, so you gotta be careful. I didn't read. Well, see, what I didn't do was I didn't read the who it was sent to me. Like who it was. Just a string of thousands of like letters and numbers randomly that probably was just like, oh yeah, this is good. Oh, I'm part of Microsoft. Here's my thing. Email that's like hundreds of letters long. There we go. I mean, I think we're just pretty much set. We just need some damage. We got a lot of defense items. But yeah, I appreciate like a lot of the community that's like going out and like hacking a lot of these people. Ethical kind of forms of hacking where it's like, you know, going after people who's just trying to scam old people and vulnerable people too. That's another thing. Is like, you know, if a scammer finds out like, you know, your husband or someone recently died, they'll mark on the system so to let the other scammers know, hey, this person's gonna be a little easier to manipulate. Let's mess with their emotions. Like a psychotic monster. And that's what they usually are. They don't care whether you're alive or dead. They want to make sure you give them that money. Well, actually, they care about you being alive, so you can give them the money. You can't really come from the dead and just write them a check. But I mean, in the sense, it's like they don't care about your well-being. Period. I'm not sure how like foreign countries, you know, if they're stepping up more with like these spammers or not. I assume they are. You know, with advancement of technology and stuff, and like this urgency of just getting rid of these suckers because nobody likes a scam caller. Nobody. Doesn't matter like what culture you're from and nationality, gender, skin type, anything like that. Everybody unites in the one and saying like, forget these spam callers. They're terrible. There's a dice room here. Do I really want to reroll? If there is a reroll. I don't know. This is a pretty good run, don't get me wrong. We do need damage. And it's not. It's an item reroll. Yeah, I like some of those that I get occasionally when they do get through. Those rare occasions. It's like, we've been trying to contact you about your car warranty. Da, da, da. Oh wow, very generous of you to calling me about concerns about my car warranty, even though I don't have a car warranty. Thank you, automated system. That is definitely not a scammer. I'm grateful that you're there to look out for me and not there to swindle my money. That's the thing too. It's like, how are these scammers like using local numbers, even though they belong to people? That's what doesn't make sense. I had a number that called me years ago that was a number like, so they had one number that was like less than mine with like the numeric scale, and they called me and I think it was a spam caller. That, or it's like one of those things where it's like, well, hello there, phone neighbor or something like that they call it. Also, we got a Little Mermaid there. We got here. And I guess that's a thing. I don't know, like, no, we will roll with this. I think we got some decent items here. I remember like years ago when like one of the first like email scams were just kind of coming around, which was like the Nigerian prince stuff, and people made a lot of jokes and stuff about it over the years. And now it's like all over the place, these scams. Usually, like, most of the time, these scammers can't even spell properly or do grammar. Mostly because it's overseas and English is not their first language. It's kind of funny to read it. It's like, including seeing some of these videos too, is like, oh yeah, this and this. And you like read it, it's like, what the heck is this? What is this mess? What is this dribble you're trying to tell me? I know it's a scam, but what are you implying? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Give me money, so that might fix my problems. Oh, we destroyed that machine. There's another thing too I like with these videos, like they destroy the machines with all sorts of different viruses they tried testing out. And they also try to look for reactions too of these scammers when they deal with like the computers being destroyed. Of course, a lot of these call centers and stuff, it's kind of like a game of whack-a-mole, really. You take one down, like 10 of them just show up and replace it. It's like, kind of like a disease or something. It's like, oh, we took this part down. Guess what? There's another piece to it. Haha. It's like, what are you gonna just? You go through hours a day, and they only get like a very slither of, out of all those calls, robocalls they make, a very small slither of people that'll try to, go along with it, and then you got even smaller slither of people who actually gives them the money, and they actually receive it, and it's like, man, like how much time do you have to waste for that? You just do something else to make money? I mean, I get it with like a lot of countries like India, the economy is just terrible there, and like government and stuff like that, to an extent, it's just but at the same time they're risking criminally to like scam people, especially old folks and vulnerable people, out of their money and other resources, just to make a small buck. Or sometimes a large buck too, but like, is that really worth the risk with like severe criminal charges by the government? Probably not. Me, I'm fortunate I'm in a free country, so I mean, to an extent, not totally free, but more than most countries. Let's just put it that way. America. Actually, is there anything in our shop? Yeah, there is. I mean, I didn't worry about bombs then. Well, I did until we got this thing, and then now it's like bombs. Why I need them? Why do I need these? I am the bomb. Our health is nice, our damage is still a little subpar, but we might be able to pull through here. So we got here lover's card, huh? Don't really do much for us here. Hermit would be a random teleport card, of course. Let's go through here, back out. We got here Stars card, also a teleport card. I'm surprised we didn't hit anything there. Okay. But yeah, like, forget scammers, like, they're just a nuisance. Took her down. Okay. So we'll take Gimpy because of that defense. And I'm not gonna take Brother Bobby. I mean, he's just Brother Bobby. Okay. Now this is that Princess Zelda? I never played into the, no, that's not true. So like, I played a demo of one of the Zelda games at a video rental store from long ago, Blockbuster. But that was about it, my Zelda experiences. Never played any of them. I heard they're good, but, eh. Now granted, like, this game is kind of a Zelda-esque similarity, I guess, from what I've read. I'm in more lines with this game with, like, you know, the variety of, like, items and synergies, as well as, like, you don't have a repetitive run. Everything's just up in the air, so to speak, every time you start a new game. With items and stuff. Sometimes you get like a fantastic run, sometimes you get like a very trash run. And I had a few trash runs over the years. And often I never, go through like the whole run and deal with the ordeal. I just hit the R key, R button, or close out and restart it. It's like, I'm not messing with this mess. But people who go through with those runs, I mean, kudos to them with their patience and their, well, yeah, so it's like a combination of patience, and they're also impatient as they're playing because they have to deal with, like, a run that doesn't give them the items that they need to, like, function properly in the game. And it kind of tickles me a little bit to, like, see these kind of videos out there where they get these disastrous rolls and, like, they have to deal with all this stuff that are just going on at once. It's pretty funny. I like it. Does that make me like a masochist? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I'm not scamming old ladies on the phone. So that's a plus. Got a little fly army here, you can see. Just trying to preserve them as much as I can for the fight. And this run looks pretty solid for the most part. We're pretty safe. We're pretty buffered. Keep like running into an issue though with like not finding the boss directly. Goes our flies. Goodbye, flies. Now we need his fishtail. Anyways, going back with that scammer video. So like, I keep forgetting to go back to it, and because like it wasn't just like a sting operation, but it was also like kind of a prank also to go after them. They're having like skunk spray and stuff set up to where they spray on whoever opens the box. Like a loud audio playing from the movie Home Alone. Kind of going off and freaking out whoever's opening the box sometimes. And they got a bunch of cameras rigged all around it too, and I think even GPS. And also the big glitter bomb too, which is just gets all over the place. Nice treat for them. Of course, in this episode, with the one I was talking about with the phone scammers and everything, it was a little bit more complicated because with what happened, because the person that received it wasn't the scammer. It turns out it was the person who owned the property for the Airbnb stuff, and he thought that package was like for him, and he opened it and he had all that stuff going on, and he got properly reimbursed and apologized and stuff, which is really nice. I mean, heck, I would if I did something like that and be like, whoops, sorry. At least it wasn't like anything like, you know, extreme, like a pipe bomb or something, you know, nasty. Because that would really complicate things, and even doing that, even with a phone scammer, is still like illegal, obviously. Now that it got a little dark there. Maybe I am truly the masochist and I just not know it. But yeah, I love how they would go after the mules and stuff because they're the easiest targets. Because they're in the U.S. and they're in the jurisdiction to get like whacked by the cops. Well, not probably not that. Probably not like. Yeah, maybe different terminology would probably be better to say that. I meant to say is like. Get arrested by the cops. I guess it's more like it. I guess whack. I mean, you can just interpret it any way you want. I mean, in the sense of like getting caught what they're doing and that's supposed to be doing, and getting arrested for it. And so these ladies, they were involved. They're friends. They're both into this like mule program, of collecting boxes and sending them overseas to. We're not. Well, they're not sending them directly overseas. They are picking them up to give to a supervisor, so the supervisor would carry it overseas. And I mean, that's how the money gets out, I guess. And they just do all this extreme stuff too. It's like, so they're also instructed to like wrap it in tinfoil to, I guess, avoid X-ray machines, and then you do all this other stuff to avoid like dogs sniffing it out. Just all this stuff. Like it's some cartel, which is exactly what these spammers are. Is a cartel. A cartel of spammers. In these places where they just have all these call centers set up to scam anybody. And I love it how like in some videos too, they not only go after like one scammer, but they go after like the whole tree of them, the single call center. And kudos to them to go after them like that. And then recovering try to recover people's money in the most part. Or help, alert them in time. There's been rare occasions where they found issues where like people's already sent the money. And they try to like help try to intercept those packages or get them assistance to do that. They had an episode from Dr. Phil. It was kind of a scammer, and she had like fake documents and stuff, but this guy truly believed that she was like someone that really cared about him and loved him and stuff like that and wanted to have a relationship with. Turns out, of course, she was a scammer and all this stuff, but he was kind of in denial. It's like, well, she would never do that to me. You don't know if it's a she or a he. You never seen her face. You never really talked to her, like on the phone or anything. Like nothing. Like these old folks, like they get really vulnerable with that kind of stuff, and they truly believe that they have some sort of a deep connection within these people that's contacting them in the darkest ends of their lives to alleviate those kind of problems, the separation, or they want some other like person in their lives besides who they got. And that's what scammers look for. They look for the most vulnerable people to like go after them, like sharks with like sharks in a pool of bloody water or something. It's like you smell that scent of blood, they're gonna go after you, and there's gonna be packs of them. And if they get you, if one gets you, then the others are gonna get you too. They're gonna flood your calls and emails and whatever for fun. Another reroll, huh? How about this? We will do that after the fight, which is here. Because we'll have an extra chance, perhaps, to get some decent chests, which we should. And we got some decent trinkets too, so that'll help. I don't think it's going to really affect us much with how things are, but you never know. We might get like a soy milk and some weird run again. Well, we didn't get soy milk last time, but we had like something that practically destroyed us by the time we got on the next floor. Which we were close to get to, but it was just like crazy. This is like our second time we found a reroll room of the cathedral. And you know what? I welcome that. I welcome that little change. Kind of just add a little spice to the run. And what do we have here? Okay, Mom's knife. We got decent damage. We got some decent stats. We kept our health, of course.
Something's wrong.
We had some we have conjoined because that transformation. And we got triple knives. Alright, alright. So now we did get effect damage. And I guess it's a good thing we did that, because we got items that didn't do much for damage. For the most part. I think what's also, I think truly though, what you should do, like, if you know some older folks or parents or someone that is not all that savvy with understanding with that kind of stuff, kind of educate them about emails, phone calls, anything weird like that. Because older folks are the most vulnerable. And they try to find ways to, like, obviously getting stuff out of them, whether it's gift cards or money or whatever. Heck, even money laundry is, like, super illegal, of course. So, like, they may, you know, do something that may get them in trouble even too. And you don't want that to kind of happen with them. You want them to, like, you know, live, prosper, and retire and stuff like that, or do whatever for fun without having to deal with, you know, a mess of stuff. I might explore this floor a little bit more, since we got a pretty good run here. And that's what they were kind of going at too with the videos, like educating like people that are that vulnerable. Not saying like, you know, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, not as, well, let me rephrase that. I meant to say it's like, it's not that they don't know what they're doing. It's more in the sense of like, they may not have a full understanding of scams, and that they need some education with understanding about what to look for. Yeah, something like that. So this run went pretty well for the most part. Just going through here and just testing out this build. Pretty good. Fly generation isn't as great, but at this point we are pretty like solid. I think a good place to start too with like learning about that kind of stuff is like to these YouTube videos. And then once you have like a general idea of what you're looking at and understand, kind of educate these older folks that you know in your lives to like let them know what to look for. And if they have doubts, you know, maybe be kind of a helping hand and have them to call you or someone else official. I don't know. This works. Oh well, it took us here anyways, so yeah, I mean, I guess that's my somewhat philosophy and some understanding of scam calls, scammers, and all that. So yeah, overall that was a good run. We are on our 3rd win streak in a row. That's pretty cool, pretty good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.